Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Natquascape. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing and unboxing the Oase Thermo Biomaster 250. Okay, so when considering purchasing a filter, you need to think about the volume of your tank. And so the Thermo Biomaster, or the Biomaster Thermo, is meant to suit aquariums up to 250 litres. So that's if you get the Biomaster Thermo 250 model. You can get the 350 model and you can get the 600 model as well. And those numbers correspond to the maximum capacity of litres that the filter is ideal to use for. So Oase is a brand that is well known in the pond keeping industry. And it's been recently introduced, the Oase brand, recently been introduced into the tropical fish keeping community. So why don't we go and open up the box and let's see what we get straight out the box. I've got one Thermo Biomaster 100 that I'm using on a Hugo Kamishi 45 centimeter tank. Sorry, just one quick one. Still wearing the hat because I've still not got a haircut during this whole COVID pandemic thing. Okay, so yeah, I've got a Thermo Biomaster 100 and that I'm using on a 45 centimeter, so about a 40 litre tank. And that's just a grow out tank. I'll do a review on that filter and maybe that tank in due course. Let's unbox this Biomaster Thermo 250. So I've already just undone the tape just to save time. So we'll unbox this. Okay, at the top, cardboard. Let's put that to one side. Great. So I can reach in, pull out, moving the light, pull out the filter. Move that light back round. There you go. So here is the filter. So the Oase canister filters are good because they contain this pre-filter. Okay, the pre-filter acts as a first line of mechanical filtration, so that's the main aim. Now with this particular filter, what happens is that we have the inlet. Okay, the inlet goes through the pre-filter, so obviously it travels down and then it comes up and through the outlet. Now the way in which I would personally set up the media for this filter is, since water is traveling in that direction and coming out, I would have further mechanical filtration, then chemical filtration, and the chemical filtration that I would use is carbon, activated carbon in a bag, and also some Chem Purigen. Then after that I would have as much biological media that I could possibly fit in. That's the setup that I would have. Let's open this up and let's have a look at what is in the canister. So I can see I've got these clips here. So 1, 2 more clips actually. So 4 clips altogether, which is good. You know, most external canister filters only have 2. So let's open these. What's going on here? Yeah. So that's good. You have to, in order to open up these 2, you have to lift up the lid so that they open. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so let's first of all let's put this to one side and let's have a look. Put it safely because it's got a heater on. And let's have a look inside this. Okay, ooh, a bit of screeching noise there. So, inside this filter looks like I've got a top mesh. Sorry, I'm looking at the viewfinder just to make sure that this is all in view. And I've got one basket, looking at the viewfinder again, and that just has sponge. So it's just a piece of red sponge. So mechanical. What do we have now? Looks like we've got more mechanical. Kind of some coarse sponge. Okay. I'm not seeing any biological filtration yet. More mechanical. Get that out. And then what's in here? Some kind of plastic K, whatever you call it, filtration. This type of stuff is good to use in a fluid bed in a sump. So I won't be using this. So I can put that to the side. Okay. So what else do we have? You can see something there in the view. And then, yeah, obviously the bottom basket. Okay. So, yeah, in this filter, we have, let me get that in the light. We have a circle in there. That circle must correspond to the recess of that basket, and this hole here is to allow the heater to sit in. Okay, so let's put all this back. To put it back, it's quite easy. Only goes in one way because there are some pre-recessed holes. Okay, and just want to put this on, see how they all interlock. Yeah, so they interlock really well actually. Once it's in, it's not moving much at all. And you know, around here there's a really good gap, so you know, I'm not going to be worried about these rattling when the filter is on, basically. Okay, let's chuck all this back in. You know, again, most of this I'm not going to use, unfortunately. When you buy other filters like Eheim, they do come with, you know, some of the biological media, carbon filters, etc., etc. So just bear that in mind. If you buy this filter, you're probably going to have to swap out most of the filtration pads. Okay, but that doesn't mean to say that this isn't a good filter, because now what we're going to do is put that to the side, and we're going to have a look at this part of the filter, which is the filter head. Now on you can immediately see that we have a heater. Okay, how does this heater pop on and pop off? Let me just put it back on the filter for 1 second, so that, sorry, excuse the rattling, but you know, this is how it sounds, keeping it real for you folks. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on loose, I'm not going to put on the fasteners. So this is the heater. How does this heater come off? So guys, I'm not looking at the instruction manuals. I've literally just got this out and I'm just doing this myself. Okay, so I can see there's a lever here. Let's move that towards you. There's a lever. Move the lever, heater pops out, and out that comes. So let's look at the heater in closer detail. So there's a lot of filament in this heater, which means, you know, it's capable of heating up some serious volume of water, so that's good. Apart from that, it's just a heater, so not much else to say apart from how do we get this back in. So I'm just going to pop that in carefully, and I can see that it's still moving around, so I'm just going to turn it. There we go, it pops in. If I carry on turning it, yeah, it does click in. So don't know if you can hear that on volume, but there, clicks in. You might have heard that on the mic or not, I'm not sure. Okay, once it's clicked in, it's not really going anywhere. One thing I did notice is that there's a rubber seal around here, and that looks like it does have some lubrication on there. It's really important that you actually add some Vaseline. Okay, so add some Vaseline onto the seals of your filter. That will stop the seals from drying out. Once your seals dry out, they can crack. Once they crack, your filter leaks. I don't know if Oase sell spare parts. I hope they do, because I'm pretty sure there's some people who are not aware of, lubricating the seal. Let's just check the seal of the actual canister. Let's pop that down here. Is that a viewing camera? Yeah, so I'm looking, the seal fits around here, okay? And I'm just feeling that seal, and there is no lubrication on that seal as it comes out of the box. So the first thing you want to do is just get a bit of petroleum jelly, just get Vaseline, none of the aloe vera stuff or anything, only the pink one or the green one. Just get the blue one, which is just pure petroleum jelly, and just get a really finite amount and put it on that seal. Okay, just rub it over. That's going to increase the shelf life of the seal. If you're living in an area that has hard water and you're using tap water that you're going to dechlorinate in your tank, you're going to get calcium depositing around certain areas of the filter. In fact, most areas of the filter, and you're going to have to scrape that up during maintenance. So, during maintenance, every time you open up this, just put some Vaseline around there, increase the shelf life of your seals and stop it from cracking, stop the canister from leaking. Okay, so that goes in as such. Okay, this time round I am going to close the filter. These are really durable locking systems, so that's good. See how long they last over time, time will tell. Okay, I've got this locked. So first thing what I'm going to do, we've looked at the heater, so let's look at the pre-filter here. You cannot take out the pre-filter without locking the inlet and outlet valve. That is a good feature. That saves future accidents from happening. Obviously you don't want to take that out without locking this off, because then water's going to come out of there, spill everywhere, etc, etc. Okay, so yeah, so that's a good feature. We'll lock off those valves, then we can unlock the pre-filter. Okay, so that's what the pre-filter looks like. Let me move this canister here because it's stopping the light from coming in. So that's what the pre-filter looks like, ladies and gentlemen. How do I take this off? Okay, so there's some clips here, and if I just twist it, that comes off. Nice and easy. On the pre-filter, I've got 1, 2, 4 sponges. Okay, so what I advise people to do is get a spare set of sponges if you can. I don't know if Oase sell them or not, but what I would do is, get some spare sponges so that whilst you're washing one, you've got a clean set to put on, and vice versa. So that will be a tip there. If we take this tube off, okay, so that all comes apart, and that also clips in, but I'm pretty sure that you won't have to do that. I'm sure this tube, yeah, so that tube comes apart. Okay, so that's the inlet for the pre-filter. Literally, it's just a tube with some, just a tube with some holes and shut off at one end. That bit in goes into the pre-filter, so you can pop that in, put the sponges back on, full sponges there. Could even put a carbon sponge on there if you know, innovative enough. So let's pop that on. And that's clipped on, and that's it. I can't get it off without pushing these two little recess buttons. You'll see it if you have one. Okay, let's see how it pops back in. So here's the filter. So I guess you just turn it around until the wings fit into the recess, and now I can lock it off. So I've unlocked the inlet and outlet valve, so let's have a look at that. And that's how it comes off. Okay. So I think we've had a look at the canister. Why don't we go and see what's in the rest of the box? Okay, so I'll just do this as is. So I'm just going to put that back on. Actually, let's just see how it goes back on. So I've got that on, pushed it in. The wings are in the recess, and okay, push it in and lock it off. At the moment, these locks are quite stiff. You know, I mean, I can't do that. I have to really hold the filter down to do that. Now, again, time will tell to see if these get loose or not. We shall see. Okay. So what's in the rest of the box? Additional pack box Biomaster Thermo. Okay, so in the box we have hosing. So we have the pipes, the filter pipes. Let's have a look at this. So on first inspection, I can see that filter hosing is this opaque black hosing. Yeah, not bad. I can see it's quite stiff. That might loosen up, so it's not really amenable. Okay, so amenable to bend and flex. One, that can prevent kinks, but two, if the hosing is really stiff, then you know when you put it on your lily pipes or your pipes, that means your pipes might not be dead on straight, and they might be under strain. If I look in the rest of the box, we've got some instruction manuals, whatever. We've got a shutoff valve. Okay, now I am assuming that this shutoff valve is for capping off the hole for the heater. So for whatever reason, if your heater burns out, etc., you need to send the heater away for repair. Keep this because you're going to need it in order to cap off that hole. So keep that. What else do we have? I've got these rubber feet. Okay, so let's just open that up. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes sense. Okay, so I've got these rubber feet here. I presume they go at the end of the filter. So let me just put this hosing to the side. Why don't we just do that while we're here, right? The whole point of doing reviews. Plug. So okay, yeah. Again, you know, I'm not looking at the instructions. Really easy to use. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not popping on. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And 4. Yeah, looking at that, I can see that there is about, 6 to 7 millimeters of clearance from the ground to the filter when you use this feet. Okay, so we've got the rubber feet on there. Great. What else do we have in the box? Tubes. This one is just a clear tube. So I guess this would be the kind of the strainer for the inlet. That doesn't seem to fit on. Okay, I've got this. Okay, yeah, so again, you don't really need the instructions. It's quite easy to use and to figure out what's going on in terms of setting this up. So let's put that on there, and that must go on there. Okay, so there we go. So there is the inlet tube. How is that going to fit onto the filter? Okay, 1, 2, so one must be for the inlet, one must be for the outlet. So how is this going to go on? Okay, so it's just simple push fit. Okay, so that makes sense. So this part is in the tank, that connects to the filter. So that's the inlet. What about the outlet? Right, let's have a look in the box. I've got these two tubes, it might be, looks like outlet tubes, but they've got holes in them, so it's kind of like a spray bar system actually. What else do I have? I have this kind of almost plastic lily adapter. Don't see how that's going to work on a system that's, you know, geared towards a spray, being used as a spray bar. We have an elbow piece. What else do we have? We have a shutoff. Okay, so we have a shutoff cap. So on your spray bar, shut one of the ends off. Let's just do that. That goes in nice and tight. Quite difficult to get off once it's on. What else do we have? By the way, this tubing looks like it's 1622. When I mean 1622, it means it's 16 millimeters internal diameter, 22 millimeters external diameter. Just overlay these two. This is 1622 as well. Do you know what I would like to see? I would like to see Oase provide two types of tubing for the inlet and outlets. One like this seems to be more flexible and a bit more clear as well. It's not black opaque. And also this tubing as well, so that customers have an option of which tubing system they want to put on their lily pipes or their inflow and outtake pipes. So I don't know what this, yeah, I get it. Okay, so I think with these two tubes we're going to use this, yeah, the penny dropped, to use this to connect these two together, and therefore we have a spray bar system. Spray bar systems are really good actually. Advantages of using a spray bar is that you get good water surface agitation. You get really good flow coming out the tank. So if you are injecting CO2, the CO2 is going to have an even distribution around your tank, which is really important. What else? Actually, a lot of fish do prefer a fast flow. You know, especially those fish, tropical fish that come from, you know, fast flow streaming rivers. So I've kept redline torpedo barbs, and they did really well with a spray bar system compared to a non-spray bar system. So yeah, spray bars have their advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so how would this fit into the canister? Well, I guess I've got to use this. So well, that would make sense. I'm going to need something. So this elbow piece must have to come off. Okay, so that fits in there, and then your spray bar fits on there, and you can angle that. Okay, so you really need to push these these parts together quite firmly, I feel. Okay, so again, yeah, so you've got your inlet and you've got your outlet as a spray bar. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at the viewfinder because just want to make sure I've got these parts in shot. Okay, so you know, you could probably have that like that, and then probably have that like that on the back of the aquarium, or you can take that off because that one's got the shut off. Okay, so then you'll have inlet spray bar system, which is decent, you know. We've got a setting on here which says min and max, so it looks like these are adjustable, so you might be able to adjust the flow, and that's good because you know you always want to use a big filtration system on your tank. However, you know, you don't want to keep on buying a new filter for every new tank. So if you've got a small tank with a big filter and the flow's too high, maybe these adjustment valves might be able to allow you to have a big filtration system on a smaller tank. You can reduce the flow so that there's, you know, none of the not the hardscape, but the soil and the sand aren't moving around, etc., etc. Okay. One thing that actually confuses me is that we've got two pipes that act as a spray bar, but yet we've got this kind of lily pipe system. Now, I think what I would like to see is if Oase could provide another pipe which doesn't have holes in it, so that one could easily. So let's take this elbow. So imagine if you had this pipe on there. Okay, you can trim that pipe, put this elbow on, and I think hopefully this will clip in. Might not. This might go horribly. Oh no, it does. And then you've got almost kind of like a lily pipe system. Okay, obviously that won't be down there. That will be more up here. You'll have to trim the pipe. Yeah, a while if you can supply another one of these tubes in your box, that would be great. So you have your inlet and outlets. We have suction cups and suction cup holders. So these suction cups must go into the suction cups holders. So let's just do that. So it's all black. Okay, so there's a little recess in here. You just got to twist these on by the looks of it. Instead of push, it's kind of push and twist. And eventually it goes on. Okay, so you need quite a bit of force to get that on. Once it's on, however, it looks like it's really difficult to come off. So that's good. So I guess these then clip onto the black part. Yep, there you go. So then if you imagine what we got here, this will stick on the glass. Okay, you can move that up, you can move that down. That will stick on the glass on the inside of the aquarium. That's filter hose and go into the filter. Okay, so that's all right. What else? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 suction cups and 4 suction cup holders. So you might be able to put one on the other side, or they might be spare. I'm not sure. You know what, guys? One thing that I've noticed is that the suction cup holders, it looks like, if I just take that off, it looks like you can clip it on at one part and then you can clip it on further. So it looks like you can push that further. So let's try and do that. Oh, Do you know what? You need quite a lot of force to do that. And I'm afraid that if I did use that force, that's going to snap. So maybe you can't push it any further. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know, leave your comments in the comment section. Thanks. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to the canister and let's put on some hosing onto here. So I'm just going to put some hosing on either the inlet or the outlet. Okay, so let's get a view. Now, I know that, because I've used a lot of filters, you're not going to just, pop the tubing straight onto there. Well, actually, are you? Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Oh, do you know what? Well, do you know what? At the moment, that is quite a tight fit. However, once you've got warm water going through that, that might loosen up. Okay, that might loosen up. So let's just, okay, yeah. So we've got these tube fasteners or tubing tighteners. So I guess, and they go on either way. We can put these on either way by the looks of it. Put your tubing on. Let's get this into the camera. Push that on and then tighten that nut up. Push it on further. Okay. Yeah, I can feel that tightening. I'm pulling, pulling on that. Don't want to pull too much, but that's not going anywhere. So the fasteners, the tubing fasteners work really well, so that's good. And I guess you have the same tubing kind of fastener on this part as well. So what you would do is put your tubing fastener on. You would then see how easy this is to take off. It's not too bad actually. Push that on. Fasten that on. I can feel it tightening really hard. And now, you know what I found is that with quite a lot of filter systems, when you do that, you get a twist in the pipe. When you get a twist in the pipe, your lily pipes don't always sit, dead on straight. They're always kind of bending in certain angles and stuff. So you want to make sure you don't twist the pipe as you twist on the fastening nut. Anyway, that's not going anywhere, so that's good. It feels really robust. It doesn't feel like it's really cheap plastic. Like if I'm pulling on this, it's really hard. Hopefully it doesn't become brittle as time goes on in the tank. Okay, so in a nutshell, that is the inlet and outlet tubing and pipes. But let's have a look at this part of the inlet and outlet section. So, for example, if I was to put that on, tighten that up, I want to release the tubing. So in aquascaping, you can get particular types of brushes that can fit into the tube, so you can clean the tubes out. It's really important that actually, move this out of the way so the light comes through. It's really important actually that you do clean out your hosing, because it can really reduce the flow of the water. So clean your hosing out and, use the right tools for the right job. It just makes life so much easier. Okay, so to get hosing in there, I have found that at times the cleaning pipe doesn't fit all the way. Okay, so then you have to take off this part of the hosing and then you have to clean the other side. And if you're in a rush, if you're not that much into your maintenance, which you should be, but come on, let's face it, this part of the of fish keeping isn't the most exciting. Yeah, sometimes we miss cleaning this bit. So one thing with this filter that you can do is once we unlock it and pull it out, okay, so that's locked. Okay, that is shut off. what you can do is just turn this. So if I just hold that like that, if I turn that, okay, so that's open, that's closed, open. My cleaning brush can fit through here and I can get into the rest of the tubing to clean it out. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at the viewfinder again, just want to make sure that's in view. Yeah, so you can do that. Okay, so that's a trick that Yuri's has posted on his pro tips. Please check out Yuri's channel because he is a professional aquascaper and done some amazing videos on his YouTube channel. So yeah, that was a pro tip from Yuri's. So what happens if we, so I've got it in the, that's in the closed, okay, so I've got it in the open position. I'm now going to put it on the filter, and if I try and put that so that the wings go to the recess, I can't shut it off. That means that I have to put it back. You have to get it back into the closed position. So I put that back on. Okay, that's pushed in further and it's allowing me to close it. So yeah, you really do have to have it in the closed position to get it back on again. So that's a good safety feature, and that's a really good feature of this filter. So ladies and gentlemen, that was a review and of an unboxing of the Oase Biomaster Thermo 250 canister filter. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing and review. If you like the video and if you like the content, please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell for further updates on when I produce more videos. For now, goodbye.